Welcome to Billionaire Secrets, the untold stories of their first billion. In this video, we are diving deep into the incredible journeys of some of the world's wealthiest entrepreneurs, uncovering how they made their first $1 billion. It's easy to look at these billionaires and think that their success was inevitable, but the truth is the road to their first billion was anything but smooth. Behind the luxurious lifestyles and high-profile businesses, there are untold stories of hard work, risky decisions, and bold moves that shaped their paths to greatness. In this video, we are not just talking about the successes you hear about on the news, we are going behind the scenes to explore the struggles, the setbacks, pivotal moments that defined their entrepreneurs' careers. From tech moguls like Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk to business icons like Jeff Bezos and Donald Trump, we'll reveal the critical decisions that helped them turn their dreams into reality and build multi-billion-dollar empires. Ever wondered how Zuckerberg used his first billion to transfer firms to Facebook, or how Bezos was willing to gamble her fortune on Blue Origin? Or maybe you are curious about how Trump made his first billion in real estate and casinos? All these stories and more are coming your way today. So buckle up, because the untold stories of how billionaires made their first billion are about to be revealed, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Hit the subscribe button and let's jump into the untold stories that make these entrepreneurs the legends they are today. When Elon Musk made his first billion in 2002 from the $1.5 billion sale of PayPal to eBay, he didn't just celebrate, he reinvested almost all of it into bold, world-changing ideas. Instead of playing it safe, he took massive risks, betting on industries that many thought were impossible to disrupt. First, he put $100 million into SpaceX, a company he founded to revolutionize space travel and eventually make life multi-planetary. At the time, many thought he was crazy, but he believed reducing the cost of launching rockets would be key to humanity's future. SpaceX faced several failures in its early years, nearly going bankrupt, but Musk refused to give up. Today, it's one of the most successful aerospace companies in the world. Then, he invested $70 million into Tesla, an electric car startup struggling to survive. Traditional automakers and investors were skeptical about electric vehicles, but Musk saw the potential for a clean energy revolution. His involvement helped transform Tesla from a small company into a global leader in the automotive industry, proving that EVs could be both desirable and commercially successful. Not stopping there, he co-founded SolarCity in 2006, investing $10 million to make solar power more accessible. His goal was to accelerate the transition to sustainable energy, and later SolarCity became Tesla Energy, further integrating solar and battery technology to power homes and businesses. Beyond his business ventures, Musk also spent around $20 to $25 million on luxury real estate in Los Angeles, purchasing multiple properties. However, despite his growing fortune, he wasn't focused on personal luxury. Instead, he was pouring almost everything he had into his companies. At one point, he ran so low on personal cash that he had to take out loans just to cover living expenses. But his high-risk strategy paid off. Both Tesla and SpaceX overcame enormous challenges to become industry leaders, making Musk one of the most influential entrepreneurs of our time. His story is a testament to the power of vision, persistence, and taking bold risks to change the world. Mark Zuckerberg became a billionaire in 2008. at just 23 years old, making him one of the youngest self-made billionaires in history. But unlike many wealthy entrepreneurs, he didn't rush to spend his fortune on luxury cars, yachts, or extravagant mansions. Instead, he reinvested heavily in Facebook, focusing on expanding its infrastructure, hiring top engineers, and acquiring smaller companies to solidify Facebook's dominance in social media. His goal was clear: to turn Facebook into a global powerhouse. In 2011, he made his first major personal purchase, a $7 million home in Palo Alto, California. While that may seem extravagant, it was modest compared to other billionaires' multi-million-dollar estates. Over time, he quietly bought the neighboring properties for privacy, spending additional millions. Yet, despite his growing fortune, Zuckerberg remained surprisingly low-key, often seen in his signature gray t-shirt and hoodie, living a simple, disciplined lifestyle. While building Facebook, he also turned his focus on philanthropy. In 2010, he signed the Given Pledge, joining billionaires like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett in a commitment to donate most of his wealth to charitable causes. 5 years later, he and his wife, Priscilla Chan, launched the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, pledging 99% of their Facebook shares, worth billions, to fund projects in education, healthcare, and scientific research. Their goal was to cure diseases, improve global education, and promote equal opportunities for all. Meanwhile, under his leadership, Facebook made some of the biggest tech acquisitions in history. In 2012, Facebook acquired Instagram for $1 billion, a move many thought was risky at the time. Just 2 years later, Zuckerberg made an even bigger bet, purchasing WhatsApp for $90 billion, ensuring Facebook's dominance in global communication. These investments secured his company's future and turned Facebook into a multi-billion-dollar empire. Despite his immense wealth, Zuckerberg's approach to spending remained unusual for a billionaire. No flashy sports cars, no private islands, just a deep focus on technology, philanthropy, and privacy. His early financial decisions weren't about personal intelligence, but about shaping the future of social media, innovation, and global impact. Jeff Bezos became a billionaire in 1999, just 5 years after founding Amazon in 1994. Unlike many billionaires who immediately indulged in luxury, Bezos took a different approach. He reinvested most of his early fortune into expanding Amazon, funding space exploration, and making strategic tech investments. His focus was always on long-term vision rather than a short-term wealth, a mindset that eventually turned Amazon into one of the most powerful companies in the world. A large portion of his first billion went straight back into Amazon's growth. At the time, Amazon was still primarily an online bookstore, but Bezos had much bigger ambitions. He reinvested heavily in technology, warehouses, and logistics, aiming to expand the company beyond books and into other retail categories. Instead of taking profits early, he focused on scaling operations, building infrastructure, and hiring top talent, which helped Amazon dominate e-commerce. His strategy of prioritizing growth over immediate earnings was risky, but it paid off, making Amazon a global tech empire. In 2000, Bezos took another bold step by launching Blue Origin, his private space company. He invested over $100 million of his own money to fund its early development, long before private space exploration was considered viable. His vision was to make space travel accessible and sustainable, believing that humanity's future depended on expanding beyond Earth. For years, he personally funded Blue Origin, working on reusable rockets and space technology that would later compete with companies like SpaceX. Donald Trump became a billionaire in the 1980s, mainly through his real estate ventures and bold investments. His path to wealth was shaped by his strategic moves in the New York City real estate market, taking over the Trump Organization, which was originally founded by his father. Trump's first billion didn't come overnight. It was built through calculated risk-taking, and his early spending was focused on expanding his real estate empire. One of Trump's earliest and most notable investments was in real estate in New York City. He made his mark with Trump Tower, a luxury skyscraper completed in 1983 that became an iconic symbol of his success. Trump spent millions of dollars developing the building, and it quickly became a symbol of both his personal brand and his wealth. He also turned his focus to the Grand Hyatt Hotel, which he revamped, and his investments in other properties in prime locations in Manhattan. Trump used his first fortune to build a portfolio of high-profile properties, positioning himself as a leader in luxury real estate. In 1918, Trump wasn't just focused on real estate. He was diversifying into the casino and hotel businesses. He invested hundreds of millions of dollars into properties like the Trump Taj Mahal in Atlantic City, a lavish casino that aimed to redefine the gambling experience. The Trump Plaza was another major venture in the same period. These high-stakes investments were meant to elevate Trump's brand further, turning his name into a symbol of luxury and extravagance. However, the casino business also led to financial struggles for Trump in the years that followed, particularly with his Atlantic City properties. Trump's focus on luxury real estate extended beyond the confines of New York City. He began acquiring high-end hotels, resorts, and office buildings in locations like Florida and elsewhere, solidifying his status as a major figure in real estate. A prime example in his purchase of Mar-a-Lago, a sprawling estate in Palm Beach, Florida, which he bought for $10 million in 1985. Trump later turned Mar-a-Lago into a private club, making it an integral part of his brand identity. This estate would become one of the hallmark properties associated with the Trump name.